How's it going? How's it going? As you can tell, there's a bunch of excitement in this room. This has been very anticipated. I just want to officially welcome you all. My name is Braden Essex. I'm a junior here at Union, and I'm the president of Elevate Enactus, and this is our first year. I'm going to start us off with a prayer to start this event. Dear Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for blessing us. Thank you for everybody in this room. Bless this event. Help this to glorify you. Be with everybody competing for the money prize, but help them to know that all glory is to you, and that's what we're doing it for. Amen. So I want to start with who we are and a little bit about our history. So at the end of last year, I had the opportunity to go to an Adventist pitch competition, and this is more of a big global one. And they had a college section where some of our Adventist schools competed. Southern, Andrews, Southwestern, Walla Walla. And I watched 10 or 12 of those college pitches, and all I could think about was, Union could come here and win this thing. What are we doing? So right as I was getting back, Brian was hearing the same thing from his friend and a few others, Ellie as well, and we kind of got together and we're like, how do we start a pitch competition here on campus to go to this event or just spread innovation on Union's campus and make it better and go win this competition, but also start businesses now. So that's a little bit about our history and how we started. Josiah, I'm bringing up my assistant right here. He's going to be emceeing the night as well.
Hey everybody, I'm Josiah. I'm a freshman here. For anybody that doesn't know me, I'm a freshman taking business finance here, and I'm super excited that you're all here, and we're super excited at Enactus to share this all with you. Okay, so we're Enactus, and we have, he just kind of summarized it. We've gone over this pitch, and I also want to say we have 7 of the really good pitches, in my opinion, that we had a ton of submissions. A ton of people reached out, said we wanted to share here, and thank you to everyone that did that, and we filtered through and found the 7 best that we think fit the event the best. But I want to say, for all the people that didn't get in, this isn't the last year. I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to do this next year. We're trying to. So hopefully, if you guys submitted it, you didn't get in, keep going with whatever you're doing, and we're going to have it again.
So we have this QR code. We want you guys to scan it and let us know who you are. We want to know if you're a student, if you're from the community, if you're a parent. That'll give us like a little bit of who our audience is and help us know for next year who to target, and also just who's viewing this event. Oh, do we all get it? Don't we go back? We all got it?
I think we got it.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to invite my friend Ethan up. He's going to help me introduce the judges.
Welcome, everybody. My name's Ethan, and for those of you who don't know, most of last year, or second semester of last year, I was gone over in Malawi, studying in Malawi. And I came back, and this team had a whole Elevate Enactus club running on campus. I'm like, Ellie tells me, she's like, you need to get involved in this program. So give it up for Braden with the vision to get something like this going. Our first high-level judge that I would like to bring up this evening is Mr. Rob Cook. Graduated from Union College with an Associate of Science in Electrical Engineering in 1980, and went on to complete his Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering at Walla Walla College in 1982. He began working at H&B Communications in Holyrood, Kansas shortly thereafter. Rob was promoted to President and General Manager in 1993 and served in that capacity until his retirement in 2019. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Rob Cook.
For our next judge, Dr. Kruger. Journey began right here at Union Adventist University, where she completed her prerequisite studies before entering dental school. She went on to graduate with high distinction in 2008 from the University of Nebraska Medical Center, College of Dentistry, earning her Doctor of Dental Surgery degree. Immediately after graduating, Dr. Kruger purchased a dental practice and has been serving the Lincoln community full-time ever since. She now owns 2 here locally and enjoys the challenges and rewards of being a practicing dentist while running 2 dental offices. Outside of the office, Dr. Kruger enjoys life with her husband and her 3 children, and she is one of the board members here at Union as well. She's also a proud mom to Kent Kruger, who's a freshman here at Union University, making tonight's event very special for her. So please welcome me in joining Dr. Rebecca Kruger here. Thank you so much. Okay. I also have the pleasure of introducing one of my good friends, Mr. Dansa Okemwa. He's an operations manager at Titan Power, graduated from Union Adventist University with a bachelor's degree in business management and finance. And that's all he wrote. So as his good friend, I'll add a little bit more to that. Dan played basketball here for 4 years, one of the best point guards to wear a Union jersey. Amazing friend, just got married to Jaylee this summer. Clap it up for that. And he's killing it right now, and just my brother for life. I'd love to welcome Dansa Okemwa.
Our 4th judge this evening is Mr. Marcus Morris, a Lincoln, Nebraska native who began mastering his craft right here on campus in Culver Hall. Marcus graduated from Union College with a Bachelor of Psychology in May of 2006, and 6 short months later, I believe, High Society Cheesecake was open for business. Marcus and his wife, Rachel, have now owned and run High Society Cheesecake for the past 20 years. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Marcus Morris.
So for our last judge, we are introducing Mr. Kent Thompson. He's a graduate of New York University's Real Estate Institute, where he graduated summa cum laude in 1980. He has spent nearly 50 years in commercial real estate, beginning in New York. He also worked on the turnaround of the Empire State Building, which is an awesome fact. In 1989, he moved back to Lincoln and founded the Thompson Realty Group, developing, managing, and investing in commercial properties across several states over the United States. Over his career, he's built more than 100 commercial structures, signed over 1,000 leases, and more than 6 million square feet. Outside of work, Kent enjoys reading, cycling, playing the guitar and harmonica, studying Spanish, spending time with his lovely wife, Sarah, his 3 children, and their growing group of grandchildren. So please welcome me into introducing Mr. Kent Thompson. Yes, of course. So in order of events, we will have 4 teams pitching, then we'll have a brief intermission, and then the rest, group 5 for 7, will pitch after that. Like Josiah said, we narrowed it down to 7 teams. These teams are elite. They're ready to give you their pitches. The score breakdown. So we gave each judge a rubric of how we want them to grade and assess each pitch. We want them to present a problem, their solution to a problem, their overall vision for their business, how they're going to enter the market, their future plans, their financial statements. We want them to have all of those, and how they answer their questions, because there'll be a 5-minute question period. Each team will have 3 minutes to pitch. It will be timed, 3 minutes. And then they'll have up to 5 minutes of judge questions. So that's a little score breakdown. And then one thing we want to highlight is that you guys will be involved in this as well. We have 5 judges, but you guys are the 6th judge. So join me in welcoming to the stage our first contestant, Jair.
I'm Jair Sosa. I've worked in professional photography and videography for multiple years, and I've seen 4 major problems. This $50 billion industry is running on random Venmo payments, Google Drive links, a lack of business contracts, and a huge exposure to liability. I built a 2-party marketplace for photography and videography to connect with businesses. Welcome to Shutter. Shutter is an online marketplace for businesses of multi-million-dollar scale to connect with photographers and videographers. From here, businesses can see the professionals, their tiers, their ratings, and even their rates. From the professional side, professionals have a full suite of tools. They can generate instant insurance policies. They can draft contracts. They can find photos from a 2012 real estate listing that they completely forgot about and thought they had lost. Shutter, this is what an average transaction looks like, right? It is an absolute mess. You have a realtor in Highland Park getting ready to list her $10 million real estate, and she needs photos. She is stressing over the photographer and their lack of insurance, you know, the liability of shooting in a house that big and that expensive. She's stressing over paying someone through Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle. And she is stressing over getting the deliverables in high quality and on time. On the other hand, we have our professional. They are going to 8 different websites looking for random insurance policies. They are, you know, Googling how to use QuickBooks and LegalZoom on how to draft contracts and how to generate invoices. And they are looking for the cheapest way to send hundreds of high-quality images for completely free. Shutter solves all of that. Through Shutter's Juro API, it can instantly generate certificates of insurance for any size scale. Through our Thimble API, it can instantly generate contracts for business to business. And Shutter has its own integrated escrow system that will track transactions, and it will give the businesses and the professionals all the tax documents needed at the end of the year. On top of that, Shutter has the Vault. It is an AI search integrated that is it's a solution to store all of your visual assets for up to 5 years. This is Shutter's 3-year plan. In our first year, Shutter focuses on high-end real estate and corporate media in the wealthiest zip codes in DFW. We plan to use the $2,000 to fund a kind of a proof of concept, to then find a $25,000 angel investor to fund a minimum viable product. This will be our launch of Shutter inside of 3 months. With our minimum viable product, we will fund another $100,000 by going to businesses and all sorts of corporate events in the DFW area. In our second year, we will expand into Houston, Austin, and San Antonio. We will shift our focus from real estate and freelancers into corporate media relationships. This will align closely with our goal to partner with brands like Full Frame or Thumbtack. And in our third year, we plan to expand nationwide. We plan to have Shutter hubs in major cities, LA, New York, Chicago, with a bulk of our professionals. On top of that, this is gonna be the start of our transition from a niche brand into the AWS of photo and video. This is my solution to a real problem. Let's build Shutter.
Is this on? Perfect. I got 2 questions for you. First, is there any competitors in this market? I mean, is there anybody you'd be going against when you start this Shutter? And then the second part to that is, so once you get into like contracts and kind of merging everything together into one thing, there's a lot of legal work that has to get involved. Do you have a plan for that? And what is your plan for that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest competitor in this scene is Thumbtack. And Thumbtack it's really not as far as what we want to do. We want a full integration. We want a full suite, right? We want businesses to meet photographers. We want to incorporate insurance. We want to incorporate contracts. We want to incorporate our escrow system. We want to incorporate the vault for deliverables. There is nothing on the market that does all of that in one. Our biggest competitor is Thumbtack, and all they do really is connect clients and businesses, and that's it. As far as your second question, it was as far as like legal contracts goes. We don't intend to really reinvent the wheel or have our own legal department. All Shutter is, it's a platform that will use other companies to get legal contracts through our Juro API. So Juro is a company that just generates legal contracts based on specific terms. So our front-end interface will essentially just have the client and the business talk to each other and say, hey, this is what we want, this is the deliverables, this is X, Y, Z. That will go to Juro. Juro will draft a contract, give it to them to sign. So we won't actually be handling any of the actual contract drafting. That will all be Juro through the Juro API.
I have a couple of comments. Is this working? You guys hear me? Too bad. So this is a very interesting concept. And I know there's a lot of legal involved here. And when you step up and you put your name on something, do you know what the state requirements are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area?
Currently, that's probably a question that I couldn't exactly answer. My plan, oh, go ahead.
No,
I was gonna say that my plan for this is the 2,000 to build like a very, very base on what we're gonna show other investors to get that $25,000. That $25,000 will hopefully go towards finding a professional in this, specifically in Texas and then specifically in the DFW area, to make sure that we're in compliance with all the laws, all the regulations. So using some of that money, we'll hire someone else to give us that professional advice.
so you have partners right now that are helping you?
Currently, we're still looking into partners and looking into finding people to take this on.
Okay, and do you have any experience with insurance or real estate documents or title? Have you worked with any of that information?
Me personally, I've not worked with like very specifically like that, but again, it's mainly finding professionals, finding people who know what they're talking about, getting their advice, hiring them, saying, hey, we'll pay you, your rate to come consult us for 2 hours on how to do this and how to make sure we're all in compliance, but me currently, I don't.
Are you worried about the quality of the people that you're talking to take over these specific duties?
I think that's a good question. Am I worried about the quality of people? Definitely. I think it's irresponsible to go to one person and just take their advice and say, that's what I'm going to do. I think going to multiple people, 1, 2, 3 different people and saying, hey, I'm going to take your advice, your advice, your advice, and say, I'm going to kind of condense it and find out what, is real and true. And I think I have the ability to say, I don't know everything, and I'm more than willing to have multiple different people come in and tell me, give me advice, tell me what to do, help us out.
Okay, thank you.
My question for you is on the revenue side of the business. What do you see your main source of revenue coming from? Because I saw the real estate agent on one side and the photographers on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely, great question. So there's 2 main sources of revenue. It's our toll bridge, which is our commission fee. We're gonna be a commission-based platform. So let's say that you book a job for $10,000. The money will go to Shutter. Shutter will take 8% as a commission fee and then pay out the rest to the professional photographer and videographer. On top of that, we plan on the Vault is gonna be like an AI searchable storage solution. So every user is gonna have 5 terabytes for $29 a month. So this will allow recurring monthly revenue. If they have more than 5 jobs per month, that $29 charge will disappear, right? So if they're incentivized to stay on the platform and use the platform to have those 5 terabytes for essentially free if they book 5 jobs. So the 8% plus the recurring charge of the $29 a month for storage.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you focused, remind me, you're going to be focused on commercial or residential?
To start out, I think focusing on residential. So I think focusing on both, on residential and commercial, but it's mainly to start out real estate to kind of prove the concept to everyone else. And then, but the big money is obviously in corporate media, in commercials, in brand deals, and things like that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jair, for kicking the event off, starting off strong. And I love your product idea, and I wish you success as you keep developing it. So in preparation for tonight and just going over all these meetings, it kind of got me thinking of a few inventions I wanted to make, and I kind of wanted to just get a little feel of what you guys thought, and I brought Josiah up here to be my judge, as well as you guys. The first one, I was just sitting in class the other day, and I was like, I do not want to do my homework. And with the incorporation of AI, I just wanted like a very subtle way in class I could just have AI do my homework. So I figured like I could just bring this in class, and the professors wouldn't know. And what do you think? Like, is that solid?
Well, number 1, I don't think this is going to save you. I think you're going to need a lot more than just this. Number 2, I think it's a bad idea.
Bad idea, investment?
With all that writing that you're forced to do, there's no hydration system.
Okay,
You need the soda cap. You need a soda
okay, I
on
might
each
have
side.
to, let me go back into manufacturing, but I know this next guy has a way better product than this, so let's hear it for Seth for our second event.
I'm Seth, and I saw a problem with the next generation in that kids are spending far too much time on screens and not enough time outdoors. Interest in hard science is declining, and for a lot of them, nature feels really foreign. Now, technology will be a ubiquitous part of their lives, but are we poising them to do well with it? And are we developing for their benefit? I'm hoping to answer these questions with KemoniCam at Outdex. KemoniCam would be a user hardware kit that users would assemble themselves from modular parts. Once built, they'd have a small camera-like device fully enabled with an AI model to identify plants, animals, and all kinds of outdoor features, which would then be loaded into an outdoor index, allowing them to connect with each other on a profile basis, with experience points, challenges, and all kinds of other incentives. Now, I have this prototype that I've been putting development into, and it's by no means a minimum viable product, but it shows that the core of what I'm trying to do is very possible. It has an object detection model that has worked in controlled settings. Now, this is, thank you. Our closest competitor is something called Seek by iNaturalist. It is an app that identifies plants and animals. Now, we're bringing to the mix custom hardware that users would assemble themselves, as well as a progression route that would keep them coming back to our system consistently, and region-specific models for the highest accuracy possible. Now, what I'm asking for today's $2,000 prize for is to fund initial development on 5 prototype kits to go towards Pathfinder clubs in my home state, as well as a home server that I'd build and upkeep myself. This would provide me with invaluable market research that I could use to iterate over the next couple of years into an updated prototype for enthusiast classes, and finally, a final product to put to market with this business model. In this time, I'd also ask for early venture capital in the amount of about $50,000 for production, a seed round. Now, we'd be looking at a retail cost of $150 against a production cost of $75. Our Outdex would function on a freemium model with base features for fully free and some for an extra added cost. Our infrastructure would be kept quite lean and under $2,000 per year relative to other services because, again, all inferencing is happening locally on the device level. No API calls to OpenAI or Claude. We'd be looking at a Midwest launch channel to young families as well as STEM clubs and Pathfinder clubs, of which there are extensive networks in the region, and 1 moonshot regional parks. All of these are things that would increase our credibility and marketability when we ask for up to $500,000 in a true round for production and regional expansion. Now, I'm Kenyan, and in my family's language, Kemoni is derived from a word that means cat, an animal with insane qualities that we hope to translate to the next generation. And your initial votes of confidence can help me to get on that way. Thank you. I'd love to hear any questions you've got.
How is this different than a game camera?
Now, it's different because it gets kids outside, but it's fully modular, and it connects them in a profile kind of setting. Users would have their own profiles, and the Outdex would be connected to all people that are on the service. This is sort of different from that in that it's a standalone system. It doesn't have other games on it, and it's just for this one use case. So we're minimizing the amount of screen time for some undesirable things.
So can you directly connect to a server, or do you have to come in and reconnect to your computer in order to get onto your service?
Now, it's fully local, so users would be able to take it outside with offline capability, and once connected to wireless, then it would all be uploaded to the Outdex database. That's how that works. Any other questions?
On the identification of like plants and animals, and like how does that differ from them like taking their iPhone out to do that with some of the apps that are available?
Now, I guess, it's a new idea.
I really like the idea of the kids like getting the box and putting the device together because that gives them some ownership for that. So I think your idea is great.
It's the main selling point. Thank you all. Unless there's no more questions.
So I was going to ask your target market. So your target market is Pathfinders, you said, and pretty much the Midwest.
Yeah, Pathfinders, young families, and STEM clubs in schools.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Pitch. That was a wonderful pitch. Love seeing ideas that get people out in nature and involved and connected. So that was wonderful. Thank you for sharing that with us.
So for our next segment, we want to get to know our awesome judges who took the time out of their schedules to meet with us. So we're going to kind of ask a few questions to kind of get to know individually. So I want to start off with Dan. So you just graduated, Dan. Tell us what you're doing now, straight out of college, and how you got that job and how that opportunity kind of presented itself. Yeah, stand up, do whatever.
Yeah, like you guys have heard, my name is Dan Kemon, recent graduate of Union College. I was actually part of the last class that graduated as Union College before the switch over to Enactus University, so that's pretty cool. What I do, I work for a company named Time Power, a subsidiary of Time Holdings. I work with Todd, most of you guys know him. What we do is we set up microgrids for operators out in the oil field using 3 different size generators, really massive generators. And as you guys have heard and seen recently, the 2 most important letters in the alphabet is AI, and we try to help operators like power up their data centers, their facilities, their ESPs, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much sums up. And I'm in charge of the day-to-day operations as far as like the guys are going to set up the facility, them coming back, making sure the quality is good, the generator's fine, the maintenance, all that stuff.
Right out of college. That's inspiring, Dan. That's awesome. Thank you. That's awesome. So, Mr. Thompson, after reading your bio, I see you make a lot of investments every year. What are some key things you look for in an attractive investment?
Well, I'm very real estate focused. So you have different types of focus for commercial, industrial property versus medical versus retail. And those are kind of our 3 primary areas. We also do a lot in daycares. So we look for location. You've never heard that before, probably. So different locations for industrial versus, say, daycare. And we look for quality of construction. We look for length of lease. And, of course, then we look for a return on our equity.
Do you have a personal favorite project that you're currently working on that you're able to share?
My day is so much fun. So people ask me, have you retired? And I technically can never retire because I'm just having a good time. So if you love what you're doing, it's always going to be great. So this year, what's going to be fun is watching my son, who's taken over running our business, who is a Union College grad, and doing phenomenally well for us. Watching him handle about, I won't tell you the dollar amounts, but they're very big. And and seeing how well he does. And he will do a great job. It's just how great a job will he do. So for me, that's going to be a lot of fun. And then playing with his kids is really a lot more fun than that.
Awesome, thank you. And then the last question for this section, Mr. Cook. So I read that you just retired in 2019, but what still motivates you to want to give back to the next generation and keep investing in us college students?
So it's a family business that I came into and that I gave, and then we passed on to our next generation. And so, I mean, in my mind, the next generation might be standing right here, and want to make sure that that they have amazing opportunities to develop. And if they want to come home and work at home, that'd be awesome too.
Awesome. Well, we'll get to our next section later, but right now we have a really exciting next speaker, Eve.
Jesus asked the woman at the well for a drink of water, not because he couldn't do it himself, but because service creates a connection. Good evening. My name is Eve Ellis-Lahav, founder and owner of Supportive Hands, and community is why you should invest in us. In August of 2025, I found myself searching for a job that would impact my community. After several frustrating interviews, I realized few jobs exist that are both service-oriented and flexible enough for a student schedule. When talking with other students, I found they too wanted to serve, but needed a job to pay for school. So I prayed to God, and he held a mirror to my face. I could impact my community. Students want impactful work. Community members want to support students with work. That's where we come into play. We match student workers to community jobs at affordable rates. This allows students to serve the community, but also recognizes that their time is valuable. We also offer opportunities for services and community members to connect and support students. So what does this look like? We are a two-sided marketplace, much like Amazon or Uber. We find jobs within the community and then find a student worker to fill that job. Sorry. And in this way, we offer our clients a quote. And in this quote, we have a 15% service fee that all goes to Supportive Hands. We are then responsible for paying the worker. This facilitates an easier transaction experience for our clients and promotes quicker payment for our students who receive their funds on a fee-basis system instead of bi-weekly or monthly. It gets better. We are currently operational with 16 contracted students and have completed over 5 jobs in January of this year alone. $300 in student earnings, an additional 15% going to Supportive Hands. We are excited about this promising start and plan to double both our contract volume and revenue in our first year. So our next steps are to start an advisory board with stakeholders in the community to ensure the longevity of our company. Additionally, we need an equipment supply cash. This will require $1,000, $400 for that investment in our company's longevity, and $600 for that basic equipment cash. Next would be expansion into the greater Lincoln area. An online platform would allow greater accessibility by the community through automated transactions. This would require $1,000 for the establishment and maintenance of this platform for 1 year. Our long-term growth facilitates franchising our operational framework to other college communities in need. Supportive Hands is an opportunity to invest in our students and uplift our community. I pulled my finances back up for you to consider for your questions. Thank you.
Is it hot? It's hot. Of the 6 jobs you took in January, what were they? What range are we talking about as far as what's available on that service?
For sure. I listed our top 3, 1 childcare, 2nd lawn care, 3rd moving. With the winter season, lawn care kind of took a dip. We had some inquiries, but the jobs primarily ended up being childcare. But as we look forward to the spring, we're looking at a lot of moving and more lawn care opportunities. Mm-hmm.
What is the liability exposure for providing childcare, and how do you protect yourself against it?
Yeah. No, the beauty of our company, which I love our market, is this is a community that already loves and supports union students. So it's a great place to start and to learn. And so largely we've worked with our church services and worked through their system. So every one of our employees that has worked with children has taken the NCS RISC, Child Protective Training program online. So that kind of covers kind of the Nebraska region, the minimum basics for requirements to work with children. And then going from that, I personally meet or try to get to know everyone who works for me so that I can attest for their just quality as a person. So we try to hire high quality people and ensure that throughout the process to minimize those risks. But then we also follow up with what our conference and what our community currently uses.
So that begs the next question.
Sure.
When you're not at union, how are you going to do this?
Absolutely. No, thank you. So part of the dream, and I'm so excited because we've already had one agree and say yes, but in investing in the community here, that advisory board with stakeholders is not just to advise us on where we should go next and trouble we might run into, but the idea is they can then support it through for past current leadership. So then as I induct the next person, or then we decide where the company needs to go, they stay and continue on the mission.
I have 2 questions. First, how big is your team?
Mm-hmm.
And second question is, so I've actually done, I really like this idea, first of all. I think it's
Thank
pretty
you.
cool. I've actually worked with multiple like marketplaces. I used to like move people pretty much in the Lincoln area, in the Omaha area. And we had to work with U-Haul Marketplace. And with that, they would require, like if, let's say a customer wasn't satisfied with the service that they got, they're to like report it to like a whole management team and they don't pay you. So how are you planning on dealing with, let's say, like a conflict arises, the customer's not satisfied,
100%.
the person wants to get paid, how are you going to deal with that?
100%. Thank you for asking. So currently, it's very interpersonal, and we have a team to start off with, 16 contracted students looking to grow more from that. But we started with those 3 top services to kind of master those few and then grow from there. But as far as conflict specifically, I make first contact, so a supportive hands kind of manager and owner. I make first contact, set everything up, verify the students or look to the students who are willing to take on that job, and then send them out. If there are any kinds of concerns, I'm the person that person is contacting with, and then we're making some sort of arrangement of like, how can we do better next time? Having a conversation with that student, what went wrong? You know, how can we learn from this and grow? Go for it. Yeah, okay, no worries.
What do you do if the payments bounce?
And the payments bounce. No, that's a absolutely great question. So far, I have to say, going back to the market we're starting in, it's a safe place to learn. These are people who are invested and want to support students, so that's the 2 sides of it. It allows the students to serve and support their school, but it allows these community members, and so far they have really been community members that want to support our students, and that helps a lot with that. Going forward, I'm sure there will be occurrences when checks bounce, things arise. The current plan of action is that I have a conversation, or whoever's managing at the time as we grow, would have a conversation with them or choose not to provide services for that individual in the future. Unfortunately, there may be times, there may be things come up. If it really is a money issue, I'm really excited. We're making a financial framework so that we can offer discounted prices to those in need. So I'm looking forward to that. It's not quite in the works yet, but it's coming.
What is your basic equipment that you're looking to support?
Absolutely. So I've got a little bit of it pulled up, and that's why I wanted to pull it up. But it's some basic expenditures, a moving dolly, a wheelbarrow, some rakes, just to get us started. Right now we're either borrowing or using our own, which does work for now, but we want to grow and we want to give us the best foot forward.
So the employees, the people who go out and do the service, are they employees of yours?
I did use the word employees. Thank you for catching me. Correction, they would technically be 1099 contractors. So I would be kind of the person who would find the job, find the individual willing to do the job, and then connect them. So with the community building approach, I do take responsibility for jobs I connect. That's maybe just kind of the way I am and as I'm learning, but they do not directly fall under, as far as laws and taxes and that kind of things go, they would be their own contractors, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Eve. I love how she's already put this into place. It's in practice right now. And just the passion she has for it, you can tell. I think she's going to be very successful, so just thank you for participating. So for this next one, just a little recap. I've worked a little bit harder on this next pitch, so I'm going to ask Josiah to come out here, ask you guys to judge harshly. You know, I can take it.
This one better be better than your last one.
Yes, it will be better. So this one will pertain more to the students right here. So have you ever had a lot of trouble with group projects? They stink. And you felt like you've been pulling most of the project and they aren't holding their weight. That's why I'm introducing this new product. It's called Progender. It's Tinder, but for group projects. As you can see, like everybody's got a profile. You can see who's unreliable, who's reliable. Like, is this a hit, Dan? Like,
why exactly am I on the unreliable side?
he's unreliable because it's completely accurate. Oh, it might be me.
Well, clearly we should be switched.
But yeah, so like, I think this is a hit. Like, if you're an investor here, just like let me know. But it's in the works. It's in the works.
Once again, I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay. So going on to our last one before the intermission. This person's worked really hard. A great friend of mine. Let's bring out Josh.
I'm here today because I believe the car buying experience is fundamentally broken. My vision is to fix it. I'm Joshua Karango, founder of Showtime Motor Co., and I'm revolutionizing the independent dealership. I'm built on trust, transparency, and technology in an industry that desperately needs it today. Why am I doing this? I've been doing this since June of last year, and I just want people to be comfortable, get fair pricing, and give a family-friendly experience when purchasing a vehicle. Here's the problem. I had a buddy that recently got into a car accident, and he was looking for a vehicle. He called up a dealership. They gave him a quote over the phone, and he got to the dealership, and they marked him up about $3,000. Buyers are leaving dealerships feeling uncomfortable, and people looking for affordable vehicles are often being overlooked. That opens up an opportunity in the market. There is a high demand for reliable vehicles under $8,000. Large dealerships often ignore this price segment, which is where I come in. So this is how my business works. I go to auctions and I look for undervalued vehicles, undervalued, reliable, clean vehicles, and I purchase them and I post them online, on Facebook Marketplace, etc. And then I price them at fair, affordable prices. So I've already sold 20 cars in under a year, and my plan for the next few years is to grow through more time and focus to grow by about 30% per year. And my ask is, if I were to win the $2,000, that would greatly help my business in a positive way. I would be able to go to the auction and purchase 2 vehicles instead of the regular one, and I would be doubling my revenue, and then that would help me reach my goals for my business. And my overall ask is $15,000, which would be able to help me get more inventory, branding, and help up with the business setup and operations. The road ahead is clear. The car business is changing, but I'm not going anywhere. This is not the start of a business. This is a business already in motion. Thank you for your time and consideration, and I'm prepared to answer any questions you may have.
Two questions. So first, walk me through the pretty much the sales cycle of like getting a car, going to the dealership, how long that takes, and then once you post it on Marketplace, how long you take the cars on there for and when it's sold, and then how you handle, second question is how you handle refunds, if there's any refunds, if somebody buys a car, doesn't want to take it. And then the last thing, actually I'll let you answer that first before I.
Okay. So firstly, so I usually go to auctions, and they usually have test drives, and I will go there and I'll test drive. They usually have like an app that I go through and I look for vehicles. I'll filter them out, and I'll have all my vehicles that I'm looking for that I know usually sell well, and I'll go and I'll test drive them, and then after that, a few days later, they'll have the auction where I'll go and I'll try and purchase the vehicles. If I get the vehicles, I'll get them cleaned up, posted online at a fair price, and then I'll just get them sold. And usually it really depends how long it takes to sell them. Sometimes I've sold it the same day, sometimes it takes like a couple weeks. It just all depends on how the market is at the time.
Are you only selling on Facebook Marketplace?
Currently, I'm only selling on Facebook Marketplace, but as I continue to expand, I want to open my own website and sell on there as well.
You mentioned operating expenses. I'm sure when you buy a used car, there's a lot of like detailing and fixing up that you have to do before. I'm sure some of that is probably when test driving you kind of see it, but how much of your profit margins goes into like detailing and fixing up a car when you buy it?
So I really don't spend too much money trying to fix up cars. I really try to make sure that these cars are ready to drive, and I usually do my own detailing. I've already purchased stuff to detail the cars, and it's not heavy detailing. I do light detailing. So I really don't spend a lot of money on a lot of my operating expenses on fixing cars and cleaning cars. It's a really light cost.
Have there been any returns of cars, like maybe somebody doesn't want it?
Yeah, it's happened before. It's really a rare and extreme case, but it usually doesn't happen. I usually make sure that these vehicles are good and nobody has a problem.
2 questions. So you're basically moving from car to car. So you buy a car, a vehicle, you sit on it until you sell it. Have you made the leap? Have you ever purchased 2 vehicles? Like, are you trying to get to that next step where inventory becomes the next step?
Yeah, I said so. I said that in my presentation. I'm trying to get to the next step to purchase more vehicles and just increase my buying power to be able to expand my business so I can also invest into other places of my business.
And then second question, do you offer a route for financing?
Yes. Can you expand on that
Sure.
question?
As a customer wanting to buy your car, do I need to come up with my own way of financing the vehicle? Or do you have services that I could go to try to get pre-approved, say?
So are you saying like a payment plan or something like in that way?
Because obviously
Yeah.
you probably don't offer a payment plan, right? Like the money needs to all come to you in one shot. So do you offer the path to have that, or do I have to do that as the purchaser?
So at the moment, I don't offer any payment plans, but as I expand, I think this is definitely could be a possibility, but at the moment, I'm just doing just a straight payment that you would come up with.
Last thing on my end, the buying experience, I 100% agree with you.
Just, what if you actually end up selling a lemon? How are you going to provide customer support to that individual?
I want to be as fair with customers. I would offer some type of cash, cash refund possibly, or maybe give them some type of compensation. But my business is like really built on trying to give good vehicles, but obviously there's always a possibility of lemons, but I would just try to work with the customer to keep my credibility.
Thanks.
Okay, so that is round 1 of the pitches so far. We're now going to go into a 15-minute intermission. So we encourage you guys to visit these tables, get a little more food and drinks. This table right here is our investors table. So the companies that invested in us provided some stickers, some cups to take. So it's just a good opportunity to mingle.
And I just want to say, this is kind of a business-oriented event. There's a lot of business people out in the crowd. There's some business owners, lots of people around. So take this opportunity, network a little bit, talk to people, explore some ideas.
Yeah, so we'll be back in 15 minutes right before 8. Right at 8? Ellie says right at 8, so that means 8. enjoying the cookies. Costco run. Okay, so for these next contestants, we're really excited because this is a union pitch competition, but we actually have some CVA representation. We're all one big community here, and with CVC community, it wouldn't be a complete pitch competition without some high school presence and them showing their ideas. So please join me in welcoming to the stage the CVA team.
Good evening, judges. My name is Andrew Stubendek, and beside me are John Stubendek and Michael Langley. And we are Precision Recovery and Repair. We are 24/7 help. We help 24/7 when you need the most. We specialize in roadside assistance, recoveries, and mobile mechanics, and we're open 24/7. Provide fast, reliable, and affordable services. Safety is always our #1 priority for us and our customers, as well as valuing respect and treating everyone like family.
Our recovery services include off-road recovery, ditch extraction, and winch and pull-out assistance. We safely get cars back on the road without any damages. It can be frustrating if you run out of fuel when you're on the road, or if you walk out and see that your car has a flat tire or a dead battery. And our roadside repair services offers a good solution to that and to help you get on your way as easily as possible. We also can bring maintenance to you with our mobile mechanic services. Whether you need an oil change or a tire rotation or other basic maintenance, we have your back.
Emergencies are never a scheduled thing. We dispatch night, day, rain, or snow. The round-the-clock readiness is crucial for keeping our customers safe as well as everyone around them. You might be wondering how it works. It's super simple. You call, we dispatch, and then we create a solution.
So these next few slides will go over our revenue as well as our financial plan. First off, if we get the winnings, it's going to go towards more equipment, our rigs, as well as keeping ourselves efficient and safe. Our monthly operation is going to cost around $2,100 a month, including everything we need with insurance, our fuel, and then keeping ourselves up to date on any emergencies we get. And then right here we have our startup costing around $15,000. We already have some of this stuff already bought, and we are actually using right now. And so it's going to be roughly $15,000 and then $2,100 monthly. For year 2, we really want to invest into our rigs. We really want to bring this company to life. So it's actually going to be around $30,000, bringing us our trucks in for all of your guys' needs and as well as ours.
Each of you guys have a vehicle which we know requires maintenance, and eventually it's going to start causing issues, unfortunately. So we're here to make your day better when you need it most. Thank you for listening.
Couple questions. You're already doing this. What is your reach? How many miles away will you go out and service?
So right now we're looking just a little bit outside of Lincoln, Nebraska. We are out towards Beaver Crossing, as well as we've been in the Bennett area. We've pulled 2 cars out in Bennett that were deep stuck in the snow, as well as in Beaver Crossing, we pulled 2 trucks out over there.
And when you're talking about rigs, are you talking about tow trucks or flatbeds, or what do you?
So right now, all 3 of us are working out of our trucks. We go around town and look for the people that are in need during the snowstorms that we get. Yeah, we're just working out of our trucks. We have tools with us. We have recovery gear. That's what we're working with right now.
You see how these guys are dressed from the waist down? I'd call them. Yeah. You heard AAA, so what's the advantage of you guys versus AAA?
So obviously AAA, their nice advantage, they offer like their monthly membership program. But I've had some long experiences with AAA. You know, you call them. Sometimes I've been waiting there 2, 3, 4 hours just waiting for them to show up.
This is a fact.
And our goal is to get there faster. The second we get the call, one of us is on their way out there. You know, hopefully, depending on the length, obviously, how far away it is, but hopefully, 20, 30 minutes tops, we're there. So I believe that is the advantage we have against AAA.
How old are you guys?
I'm 16.
I'm 18, and I'm 18 as well. We're twins.
Wow.
So your projected net revenue, the number I saw on the slide, what year is that you're projecting that for?
We're trying to look at that for year 2. Like we want to expand into our company rig, so we're not using our personal trucks. And so hopefully around year 2, we're already looking at revenue coming in, and we're already profiting. So yeah.
What is your current revenue?
While we're all in school still, it gets a little rough. Right now we've been looking at, so our hourly, we do hourly for mobile mechanics and roadside assistance, and then our recoveries are baseline, just to keep it competitive to others. So we're not steady on our jobs yet, but we really want to get towards advertising our business.
Thank you.
Well, that was my next question. So how are you reaching customers that they call you?
Right now, it's word of mouth. Personally, I've worked on a lot of vehicles for the mobile mechanics side, but for our rescuing, we drive around, we see people stuck. Personally, we were out on our snowstorms here, and then Andrew and I were able to recover 6 people within 2 hours.
How do you balance like school and work and getting everything done?
So for me, obviously school is really important. We have, being a senior at CVA, and I can't talk for Mikey here, but we have just about 3 classes, and then obviously we have some stuff outside of that. But we balance that as typically, currently right now with being in school, our evenings and afternoons are the times that we're out. A lot of it is voluntary right now. We just go out, we like to help, and that's how we kind of get, out there and known. But currently right now, that's kind of how we are. We'd like to move into this more of like a full-time thing, if that's even possible. But yeah.
Do you know how many times it snows in Nebraska in a year? I mean, roughly, just an average, how many?
2 or 3, but really, who knows,
Revenues.
So if we're looking full-time, we're actually projected to $150,000 a year for all 3 of us are in full-time. That's with mobile mechanics, roadside assistance, everything else. And that's us working 24/7.
Do you have a garage yet?
So we have a garage out in Beaver Crossing. We have a car lift with all the tools and everything out
Nice.
there.
Nice. Love it.
That was wonderful. If I ever get stuck, I know who to call now. And I really love how this is a college event, but we're able to incorporate CVA into it and get them involved and really bridge that gap between university and high school.
Yes,
So I
and
really love that.
any CVA students here today, come to Union. It's great. Okay, so back to our get to know the judges. This was one of my favorite parts from the first intermission. I just have a quick question for Dr. Kruger. So it's only fitting to ask, what connection do you have with CVA?
Well, a pretty big connection. I've got 2 other kids at College View Academy right now. I have a freshman, his name is Kellen, and a junior, her name is Kira. And it's a great place to send your kids to academy.
Love it, love it. And then what drew you to dentistry to begin with, and then eventually the entrepreneurial side of owning your own practice?
So my grandfather was a dentist, and my dad is a physician. And I was leaning towards medicine. My dad kind of sat me down and said, you should think about dentistry. If you want to have a family, have a little more flexibility. And so I started doing a little research that way. I talked to my grandpa. There's 8 dentists in my family, and decided that making beautiful smiles sounded less stressful than dealing with life or death situations every day. So that's kind of how I got started that way.
Okay. And have you enjoyed owning your own practice?
Very much. So I kind of knew from day one that I wanted to be on the business side. One thing I didn't say in my bio is I was a dental hygienist before I went to dental school. So I worked on the other side of the desk as an employee for like a year. I made a list, things I want to remember when I'm a dentist, and there was like top 10 things. And I still refer back to that, and I think it helps make me a better business owner. And number one for me is I want to provide a great experience for my patients, but also a great place for my team to work.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Morris, so you started your company right out of college. What drew you to the food industry and cheesecake in general?
I was a junior here, and I was working at a drug and alcohol rehab facility. And I was kind of looking at the road ahead. I am a psychology major. I did end up finishing with that. But something drew me. I love working with my hands. And I was looking at the sales of the Cheesecake Factory back in 2004, saw that they made $1 billion a year in revenue. And I was like, Lincoln doesn't do any cheesecake. You can't go anywhere for a premier, slice of cheesecake. If I took 1% of the Cheesecake Factory's revenue, I'd be all right. That's what led to the yellow pad, creating the business model, all while working at a drug and alcohol rehab facility.
Love it. Well, I've had high society cheesecake, and I can confirm it's good.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Well, I'm just so grateful to have such high-level judges, a wide variety of judges, and just thank you guys for being here. It's been so fun getting to know you throughout the event. Our next contestant, Emma, is ready to take it away.
Now, I've witnessed, oh, that's loud. I've witnessed Christian artists release powerful songs about faith, yet fall short in reaching the audience they were called to serve. Not because the music wasn't inspired, but because the story was never visually translated. Attention is shaped by visuals, and if they don't match the weight of the music, then the message often gets lost before it's heard. That gap is what Illuminate Studios exists to serve. Hi also. My name is Emma Vermeo, and I'm the founder of Illuminate Studios, a Nashville-based creative agency serving emerging Christian artists. Now, the goal is not just content. The goal is to grow with long-term relationships with artists who value authenticity and faith-centered storytelling. Be able to enable them to move people in moments that they weren't present for. Now, Illuminate Studios is serving emerging Christian artists who are serious about building a brand and community, and they are not able to afford large agencies. Now, Nashville is a great opportunity because it houses one of the largest Christian music communities in the world. Illuminate Studios is turning vision into reality. I've spent time developing and building the brand, developing services, and gaining real-life client experience, and I'm committed to continuing that growth. Now, with conservative projections, I will be estimated around $30,000 for year one revenue. And this revenue will be generated this way, my apologies, through day rate services, music video production, and touring coverage and monthly artist packages. Now, this includes recurring revenue, which builds predictable income and long-term relationships. Now, the prize fund will be helping support equipment and marketing for launch and early engagement. Within the first 12 months, our goal is to have at least 1 to 3 artist contracts and continue networking in the Nashville area. Also, for long-term, our plan is to grow Illuminate Studios into a creative and God-fearing team and offer internship opportunities for young creatives. Now, this is not just a business opportunity for me. This is stepping out into faith and using the gifts that God gave me to magnify his kingdom. Illuminate Studios is not just turning songs into videos, but helping others understand the true meaning behind the music and helping others to feel the relational love of Jesus. Music has the power to change our hearts, and Illuminate exists to help make sure that story is seen as clearly as it's heard. Thank you. So I have some handouts with a business plan as well as my business card and stuff to give to you guys as well, so you have that to look over, and I'm ready to take any questions.
I must have missed it. Are your sales word of mouth? Is that how you're getting your clients?
So at the moment, we are officially launching Illuminate Studios tomorrow, so very exciting. So you guys should go follow the Instagram. So at the moment, all sales are projections. I will be moving to Nashville, Tennessee in August, so I will be starting full-time or half-time, part-time, trying to get some money to work there, but mainly full-time on this project to continually start bringing in sales and whatnot. I have been connecting with multiple artists that are down in Nashville. I am connecting really closely with one of the girls that are down there. She has had a song on Caleb, which is very exciting, so I'm super excited to partner with her when I get down there.
How many projects can you do a month?
Per month, it kind of depends on the size of the project. Everything is very variable to what the artist is needing. So photo shoots and stuff like that, I can do more a month than normally a music video or smaller video productions.
I know a little bit about you, but to get the judges up to speed, how long have you been doing this? This isn't something that you're just stepping into. You've been doing this for quite a while.
So this idea kind of spurred in December of 2024. I have spent this last year really pushing towards this, and I fully believe that God has kind of put this passion on my heart to truly be able to help others illuminate the truth of Jesus.
Love it. How do you process your film?
So this is all digital at this point. I have not done as much work with like actual film photography. At this point, I have been working through all of my own equipment to help make this possible. Over the last couple of years, I have worked with different music festivals to kind of get my portfolio built. So this is all done personally with my camera, with my equipment, with my editing softwares and everything. I have also worked with College U Church as well as Union Adventist University via music videos. So those have a lot of been just some blessings from the community to be able to work with a bunch of different equipment.
Have you gotten referrals from any of that work?
So I am hoping to kind of get some reviews and testimonials from them to take down with me to Nashville. I'm not sure exactly what you mean for that question. I apologize.
Just helping you get built. So is it a possibility that if somebody's doing a wedding down in Nashville, just to help fill the financial gap, that you would take that? Or are you just going to focus?
I would.
What do you feel like sets you apart from your competition?
So the biggest part that I feel truly deeply about is that I am focusing on not just the content, because social media is such a big part of advertising nowadays. So everyone is doing it. But something that I truly feel that is calling for me is I'm diving deep into the storytelling aspect. Because artists, especially in the Christian music industry, aren't just making songs to make money. They are truly wanting to share their stories with the community and be able to help relate with others so that they can also kind of feel that presence and be able to kind of, again, feel the love of Jesus. That's the biggest part of this, is that he is the center of it all.
And just one follow-up question is, do you have any data or research you've done in the Nashville area about like your pricing structure? Because I mean, you're very detailed on that, which I commend you for.
At this moment, I have done some research as well. Let me see. I have a couple slides after this. Let me see. Here I have 3-year projections as well. In the Nashville area, it does vary because most people that are doing this down there are freelancers. So there's not many agency-based companies that are down there. So I'm super excited to kind of bring that idea and be something that we're able to grow together in, especially since I'm serving those emerging artists. We're able to kind of grow together as a company and not have just one person being able to help them grow, but have multiple people in the future.
Thank you.
How do you identify the emerging artists?
So something that is very similar across all boards is definitely looking at follower count, Spotify listening account. A lot of these different artists are kind of getting their feet wet in all these different areas, especially in the Nashville area. It's very common for young artists to be heading down there, especially for producing and mixing and all this kind of stuff for the music production side. So the biggest thing for me is I'm just cold calling people. I am messaging people on Instagram. I am talking to as many people I can in person. I have worked a festival, and I'm heading to 2 more this summer. to be able to connect with different photographers who may know people, as well as connecting with the artists that are actually on stage. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Emma. I love how she is incorporating her faith with a passion, and I think that's really powerful, and God will continue to lead in their future. We're really excited for her. Over the intermission, Josiah was feeling like a little left out, and he said he had some business ideas. I am really nervous because I know where this is going to go, but he
Okay.
prepared a little something.
I got a couple inventions because he was talking about some inventions and I felt a little left out. I think I'm smarter than him, that I have better ideas, which I do. So over intermission, I thought of a couple things. Okay, number one, this is the teacher translator glasses. Okay. So we have all been there when you're in a class, they're talking about something and it's going in one ear, out the other. You can't understand it at all. What this does, this makes it so you can actually understand it. When a teacher says something about like, that's all that's going to be on the test, no, it's going to be that plus like double, way harder. So it really tells us what it actually is, not what they say. Okay,
I mean,
what do you think about that one?
It's solid. I want to hear your second one. You said it was a little better.
Okay, yeah, this one is more related to you. I think you'll like this one a little more.
Okay, let's see it.
Okay, so this one is
my.
for the first invention doesn't matter if you don't make it to class. And what a lot of college students struggle with is sleep, not really getting a lack of it, waking up after it, you know? So what this one does is when your alarm goes off, it just slaps you. That's all it does. It makes sure you wake up. You might get a couple bruises or whatever. That doesn't really matter because you'll actually make it to class. So I think this is a really good one that almost everyone in this room could use.
I mean, what are some of the legal side effects of that?
None.
I don't know how you're going to get that passed anywhere, but okay, guys, for the last pitch, we're super excited. This event has been super awesome. We're super excited to introduce the last one. Let's go, boys.
99%. That's the approval rating for Swobble on this campus. And in business, that's not simply an interest, that's a demand. And we're here to fill that. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Jacob.
And this is Swobble.
Only 2 food options currently exist on Union's campus, and neither of which are designed for performance. After students finish their workout in Reiner Wellness Center, they have to leave campus altogether to find quality food to refuel their bodies. When those students leave, Union loses revenue, convenience, and engagement. That's the gap.
So we validated this opportunity. We took a survey of 114 of Union's very own students, and 99% of them said that they would be a customer at Swobble.
Looking at our weekly visit frequency, 55% of students said that they would come and purchase a smoothie 1 to 2 times per week. 33% said 3 to 4, and 12% said 5+ times. That's repeat traffic.
So Jake and I were talking, and we said, what's a way we can get more students in? And we decided, what if we use the Union ID card as a form of payment? And it jumped to 44% of students coming 5+ times a week, and 38 coming 3 to 4 times a week. And as you guys know, consistency drives revenue.
Here at Swobble, we want to give students an option for academic performance, not just athletic benefits. We want to be located directly inside of Reiner Wellness Center, where their commercial kitchen space is just waiting to be used. 3 things we want to focus on. 1, speed of service. We want everyone to be able to get a smoothie in under 3 minutes. 2nd, we want to have premium ingredients. And 3rd, we want to have fitness-focused branding that students are proud to carry in their hand.
Now, our menu is intentionally very simple. We have 3 sizes of smoothies and 2 sizes of bowls. The reason behind this is to maximize profits and minimize our waste.
Looking at our business model, our cost per unit comes in at $2.75. Our gross profit per unit comes in at $5.25. We estimate that we're going to sell 300 smoothies a week, which brings our weekly gross revenue to $2,400 and our annual gross revenue potential over $100,000.
Now, we wouldn't use this $2,000 to completely start, but to help secure 3 main components. First, securing commercial-grade equipment. 2nd, building a professional presence on campus. And 3rd, purchasing our inventory so we're ready to meet the demand from day 1.
Looking at our growth roadmap, year 1, we want to execute a successful on-campus launch. Year 2, we want to improve revenue per customer and optimize our operations. Year 3, We want to develop systems for remote management, and into the future, we want to become and stay a permanent staple at Union Adventist University.
So 99% student approval.
Proven demand.
High margin products.
6-figure annual potential.
So the students are ready.
The numbers are ready.
And we're ready. Let's build Swobble.
Release a song soon? Okay.
It's in the works. We'll get there.
Tell me about how much you've worked in restaurants so far.
That is a great question. I myself, I don't have any restaurant experience.
Same for me.
Okay. So, and do you know where you're going to acquire your ingredients from?
Starting off, as the business grows, we want to start just going to Costco, Sam's Club, getting bulk items that way, and as we grow, getting a deal with a distributor.
And will you be offering anything other than vegetarian food?
No.
It's a great corner of a market. So good.
Have you spoken with any union faculty and what they think about this?
Yeah, we've spoken to the director of Reiner, David Goebbels, and he is very excited, as well as Kim Kanine, who works with a lot of the food stuff. She's one of the vice presidents here.
Do you know how many people use Reiner? I mean, on a daily basis, just an average?
I'm not sure of that number, no.
Okay. Will you be employing students to kind of run the shop, the stand while you guys are in this class?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your sample size for your survey you took?
We just put it out on U groups to the entire school, sent it to friends, all at Union, and then we got 114 responses.
Very.
One of the key things going into the future is to attract the rest of the community to come and use Reiner. How will they be access your product?
Yeah, so we are not completely doing away with just using like a tap to pay. We'll use something similar to that. You can use your credit card, debit card, just like a normal smoothie stand would be, just hoping to also incorporate the union IDs as a form of payment.
One of the things that I found kind of interesting is the volume of parents not being able to participate in your survey, with the kids being able to, you guys being able to just tap and add another 15 or 20 bucks at a pop. Do you see that as a problem?
Well, we want to have community members and other people that just have gym memberships for Reiner to be able to come in, use cash or card, and purchase a smoothie after their workout as well.
Well, I guess my question is adding more to the college group. So if they come in, they're not using the cap, and they're eating it over here, how's that going to work when the bill shows up at home?
Yeah, currently it's more of like a debit card format. So if you say you put $100 on it at the beginning of the semester, you can reload throughout the year, but you have $100 until you go into the portal and reload that card.
Do you guys have approval? Like, what phase are you at with this business? Is it just an idea right now? Like, what would be the next step for you?
Our next step, which is currently in the works, we're getting a response back, is with Kim Kanine figuring out what the contract with Sodexo states to see if we can be a permanent fixture selling food on campus. So we're just waiting for a response on that.
Do you have any idea if that would be favorable for you guys to? Any idea with the contract with Sodexo yet? You're just waiting for the response, but has there been any sort of like indication given to you guys at all about the possibility?
Nothing solidified yet, no.
I always think about legal, I don't know why, but so once, let's say quality control, you guys pretty much are gonna make sure that everything is good, but let's say just something happens, there's something in a smoothie and somebody gets sick. Is the union gonna get involved in that since it's on union premises, or what kind of deal are you gonna, have you guys thought about that at all?
We want to be our own business LLC under and just be renting space in Reiner.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that concludes our 7 teams pitching. So now the next steps are the judges have 5 minutes to accumulate the scores. You guys can step off and go start meeting. They're going to pick the top 3. And just to remind you, third place gets a $500 check. Second place gets $1,000. First place gets $2,000. And then crowd voting. So if you guys want to all get out your phones, scan this QR code. You guys are the 6th judge. The fan favorite, crowd favorite gets a $100 check right here, right now. Okay. So yes, the 5-minute timer starts now. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk who was your favorite, and I'll be back. Just to let you guys know, the judges just requested 2 more minutes. They said it's a really close race. They're just wanting to officially like make sure they're picking who they believe. So they requested 2 more minutes. So just keep mingling, having a good time. Just want to give you a little update. We are ready to wrap up this event and get into the fun part. Who's working? The clicker? Okay. So we're going to get into the winner announcements one by one. We're going to start off with the fan favorite.
First and foremost, we have the fan favorite, which by 2%, this was a close one. Looking at the graph, there was a lot of votes, and they were all very, very close. So by 2%, Jake and Matthew won with Swobble.
Pictures will be at the end, and we'll get pictures of all the contestants at the end. So there's no pictures. Yeah. Okay, so getting into our top 3. I'm sure it was very close, a long discussion, but we're just super proud of everybody pitching. So one by one, just as soon as we call the place, just come up, get your reward and just take a seat. Okay, so for third place, what? For third place, okay. Matthew and Jake, third place, Swobble. Right back. Right here, here's the... Okay, and then for the $1,000 second place, we have Supporting Hands Eve. Yeah. Congratulations. Okay, for first place, I'm gonna need Gabriel to come up here. First place winner, real $2,000 cash. Okay. So, for first place, the winner of the first ever union pitch competition, Illuminate Studios, Emma. Super excited. And one thing that I really want to stress, if you pitched and you didn't quote unquote win any money, you reached an awesome audience of people tonight. There are business investors in the stands. There's business investors on stage. You know, that's part of putting yourself out there and competing and putting your idea out there. Like, I just encourage y'all, don't quit and go get the next one. So, thank you, judges. We want to move into our next part of thank yous. And these 5 judges have been amazing. Please give us a round of applause. We have some gifts for each of them. Thank you guys for everything. Truly. Yeah, you guys are good to head off. And we'll have some pictures at the end, so stick around for a second. Thank you guys. Thank you. Okay, these thank yous are going to be brief, but I have to bring to the stage Brian and Ellie, who have done so much work in this whole entire event. They're so amazing.
Again, everybody, I just want to thank you first and foremost for coming to our pitch competition and taking time out of your own time to see your friends and come support all these teams. And I just want to thank Union and our advisors and all who supported us to be able to give us the opportunity to lead this and to put our skills to use and to glorify God above all.
Next, I want to say thank you to the teams so much for all of the hard work that you put in. Can we just give it up for all of them? You guys, they put in countless hours working on their pitches, working on their slide decks, working on their ideas, and there were some people that helped them along the way. We, as Elevate, knew that they needed experience and people to help them, so we first sent them off to meet with our Union Adventist University business professors to work with them on their numbers and their financials and their business plan and their slide decks. And then after that, we got volunteer professional mentors from out in the community to work with these teams. So I just want to say a special shout out to all of the business professors and the mentors that worked with these teams. Your help was amazing and really helped kick this pitch competition off with a really good start. So thank you so much to the mentors.
And then lastly, this event wouldn't be possible without some of the key sponsors that we've had. So as you can see on the screen, Titan Holdings, Josh with Edward Jones, and H&B Communications were all of our high-level sponsors. And as a student-led group, we raised just under $7,000 for this event and for our club for this year. So we're just super excited and grateful for all our sponsors. Thank you, guys. Thank you, judges, just for giving your time. And we've heard a lot of pitches tonight, but the last one I'm gonna leave you guys with is we want you to be a part of this change. Here's a QR code if you're a student or a member of CVA and want to join our club next year. We want more the merrier, but we want engaged student participation. Also, if you're a business owner and loved the product that we've had tonight, we would love to partner in some type of way. Bring your ideas to us, and a sponsorship would be greatly appreciated, and we can take this thing even further. So we're going to end off on that pitch tonight. So we just appreciate you all for being here, and I'm going to close with a prayer. Dear Jesus, thank you for making this event possible. Thank you for everybody in this room and just the energy that you've provided us. We just want to say a special blessing on everybody that's pitched. Please bless their product ideas and just guide them on the path to where they want to go in the future. Thank you for our judges, bringing them here safely. Some even flew from out of the town. And just thank you for empowering what we needed to make this event possible, and just keep carrying on for the rest of the week. Amen.